Well, parents want what's best for their children, and setting them up financially is an important step. But when it comes to co-signing for your child's mortgage, what are the risks to your financial well-being? Joining us now to discuss is Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Commodore 64 would not boot up this morning.
Oh. So we just have you in a little bit of a different time slot. Normally you're at 7:40.
Yeah.
Glad we got that Commodore 64 worked out for you. Okay, so a lot of people, and I think right now because a lot of kids are turning to the bank of mom and dad to help, maybe buy into their first home. Why is co-signing your kid's mortgage risky?
It's very risky, Carrie, because even if you think you might only be on that mortgage for 5% or something like that, you're responsible as a co-signer for 100% of the mortgage, 100% of the debt. So that can affect what you're trying to do, closing in on retirement. And you probably don't know everything going on in your kid's financial world, but you're on the hook as equal as they are by co-signing.
Yeah, I mean, you think you're helping them out, but if you're on the hook, it could be a lot of money. And we know what it costs to buy a home, and those mortgages would not be small. If you remortgage, this counts against you as your additional debt.
It does. And the kids, your kids, don't need you to sign for the remortgage on the cosign. Only one person has to sign. So one of your children or maybe them and their spouse are signing, and that's it. But you're still going to be on the hook for whatever that entire debt will be and that entire mortgage will be and the terms, etc. So not really the best way to try and help your kids out.
And so that includes like signing renewal documents. Only one person needs to sign the renewal documents, even though there may be a co-signer. That co-signer isn't necessarily needed to do that step.
That's correct. You as the parents might not even be consulted on them re-signing, and you're still on the hook for that debt. So there is better ways to help your kids with, to advance their future, get them into a home. Co-signing isn't the best way to do it, that's for sure.
Okay, so I mean, a lot of people think that is the only option. What other options are there?
Early inheritance money. So look at your house maybe, or your assets or the equity you have. Talk to your accountant, talk to your registered financial planner, and look at the most tax effective way to give the kids maybe an advance on that inheritance. And that could even be borrowing money from your own property to help them and giving them some of that money now rather than, them getting this inheritance from your home when you're long gone. At least by doing a gift and some inheritance money while you're still alive, you get to see the results that it helps your kids, potentially helps your grandkids if there's grandkids in the picture or about to be in the picture. A better way to go, and you're not necessarily at risk because you control how much money you want to give them at that point.
Yeah, and something else to keep in mind, though, Peter, is something called estate equalization. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, there's the other thing. What if you have multiple children and you're looking at how am I going to help one and what am I going to do to help the other and trying to keep it even as time goes on, because maybe one of your kids doesn't need any help and the other one does. So maybe you're going to gift a couple $100,000 to one, child and another couple $100,000. Then how do you help out the other child who may not need the money and give some equalization to your estate? Or do you have to adjust your will down the road where it's not going to be a 50-50 split, where you've already accounted that I've given one of my kids money to help them out with a house, and how am I going to equalize that financially and tax-wise later on in my will? So there's where you're definitely going to need help to make sure you keep things equal and keep your kids talking when you're no longer here.
Yeah, you don't want to be the cause of any fights down the road. Peter Sashecki.
I've seen it happen a lot, Carrie.
Oh, I'm sure you have. It does happen. Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial. Great advice this morning. Thanks for joining us, Peter.
Thanks, Carrie. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Right, have a good day.